Hey guys, I've got a 10-minute unrated game. I've been playing like absolute dog dirt today. Okay, against this I'm going to go with my Leningrad Dutch with f5. Okay, this is all good. Now do I have to worry about e4? Nope. e4 just take inwards. I'll play d5 even at some point. Okay, just carry on with the setup. It's 10 minutes, it's unrated. Been playing really badly today. Don't know why. Sometimes it works, sometimes it don't. Knight can't recapture because my knight's on there now. So that looks like a decent pawn. Okay, he's got two attackers on it now. I can add another defender with this pawn, just sanity check. This is what I've not been doing very well today. What can my opponent do? Not enough. Got two defenders. I can also kick the knight if I want. So when you're playing badly, one option is just stop playing. It's probably the best option. Another option is to go back to basics with follow your checklist. Follow what's right. Find a way to reintroduce the discipline that's lacking. Okay, if I play b5 now, he's got that, and I play this, I grab some space, he has to retreat to the corner, and that really does imprison that bishop, and makes it a very bad bishop. So he's got to come back here. I'm going to play a5. Then he's got to push a3 to give his bishop an escape square. This bishop's still looking at my light squared pawn chain. Okay, play that. So I'm playing Thrafgig. We have played before, from Canada. Just popped up on chess.com with a challenge. Okay, bishop there is defended by the knight. Attacks the queen. Could block with the knight. If it blocks with the pawn, takes, kingside's wrecked then. Pawn's defended only once. Don't know why I was thinking this long about this. The move is pretty obvious. You have to move the only pawn you can move to give the bishop somewhere to go in case of a4. Got to push a3 now. Wow. Okay, so what's that threatening to take the knight? Can't threaten the queen. That's not really a threat either. We'll go ahead and trap the light square bishop. I made a lot of pawn moves. What have I made? One piece move, which is the knight out. Okay, so now knight can't recapture here. So it's interesting, he actually took out my d pawn, allowing me to replace it with my c pawn. So I have a pawn majority in the middle now. Okay, so we're a piece up. Should think about getting my king castled. I think we just go back to the plan. Bishop there. So bishop's not on a bad diagonal here. This pawn could be weak. So could this pawn, rook behind it. Okay, that's a defensive move, preventing my knight from coming in, but the knight wasn't going to be a huge threat there. H4 is played. You need to play h6, learned that this week. Could play h6 now. Where's the knight got actually? Can't go there, can't go there. Can't go there, can't go there, can't go there, I can't go there. See if we can trap another piece. think looking at potential traps whether you're in an attacking or a defensive capacity, is something that I don't think beginners do enough of. See, this move here, although it looked defensive, actually took away the knight's only safe square. So that's something that comes with, I mean, once you've had enough pieces trapped of your own, once you've trapped a few of your opponent's pieces, you know, I mean, it's very often starts with just by accident at the beginner level. But it does need to be something that is part of your, okay, queen's attacking this. It needs to become part of your regular thought process. I think bishop to here is a good defense. So we're 2 pieces up now. We've trapped 2 pieces. First one shouldn't have been trapped at all. He had a3, could have escaped. So you need to look, for example here, knight's on a dark square, can't go there because the knight takes, can't go there because bishop takes, can't go there because pawn takes, can't go there because pawn takes, can't go there or there because his own pieces are on it. So this knight currently has 2 safe squares, right? Doesn't take long to figure that out, map it out for yourself. This bishop has lots of squares, very mobile. So that's just another aspect of when we talk about the mobility and the control of the board. You know, when you've got a piece that's got a good amount of vision around it, then it's very unlikely to be trapped. So, you know, that just comes with thinking, oh, I can improve that piece. Like bishop coming to here is a good square for the bishop. I could kick it. What do I need to be doing at this point? Maybe centralise the rook, not sure. See, if the bishop retreats here, that's no good, that's no good. These squares are okay. I just haven't got a chess head on today. I think I'd like to bring the knight out, but you see that blocks the bishop's defense of that. So I'm going to put my rook on this semi-open file, just for no other reason than it's a semi-open file. It means I could tuck my king away, might have an attack against this bishop, which is currently undefended. Always good to identify any undefended pieces on every turn. That's undefended. Queen's defending that, rook's defending that, pawn's defending that. This is the goldfish method. Just highlight any undefended pieces and highlight the relationships, and you know, what's defending what? Oh, why have you retreated your knight? Okay, now the queen's looking at this, but the knight isn't. I really want to get my knight up here. Yeah, my knights are kind of poor right now. Let's just get the king out of the way. I'd love to play that. Is it my bishop that's kind of clogging things up right now? Should I go there? Knight's come back now. Why have you done that? Okay, I'm going to put my bishop here and tempt him to capture it. Because see, I've got a lot of pawns on light squares, which means my light square bishop is less than appealing. This pawn's undefended, that pawn's undefended, so moving this knight here could be interesting. For example, knight h5 threatens the bishop, queen can't capture because pawn takes queen. So something like that might work. He needs to look out for time. Quite happy to trade that less than ideal bishop for his decent knight. Ah, he's brought his rook into the game. Excellent, good to see. Now, let's go with this. I'm attacking the bishop, which is undefended. I'm also now attacking the pawn, which is undefended. Right? So the correct move probably is bishop back to e3, where it defends the pawn. But then it's putting it in front of the queen. So it's one of those attacks where you can quite easily see that your opponent has a reasonable response. There you go, he's found it. Good. Tempted to advance his pawn now, take that square away from the bishop, which also then takes these squares away from the bishop, which means the bishop is now constrained to here, which is a very useless position for a bishop, because then he's only looking at the sides of the board, you see. Okay, I'm going to play that move. Then try and repurpose this knight somehow. Don't know where he's going to go. When the board's kind of blocked up in the middle and there isn't a lot of kind of dynamism on the board, you can think about quite slow knight maneuvers, like things like that. But then, you know, what would happen? He'd play b3, I might capture, he might capture again. I've just undefended my stupid knight, haven't I? Oh my lord. Oh. Right then. See, told you I was playing really, really badly today. Attack the queen. I'm going to have to use the clock now. I've got 2 minutes more than my opponent. Fortunately, it's unrated, so I can't lose any more rating points today. That was just dumb, you see? Just utterly dumb. All right, I'm going to play e5. If pawn takes, I get to improve my bishop, put it in a very dangerous position. So the key here is to make my moves deliberately and relatively time efficiently. My opponent's got 3 minutes left and needs more time than I do to think because of experience, right? And I can calculate quicker. Okay, I'd really like my bishop to go on there, but he's not allowing me. Knight's attacking that. It's defended but only by my queen. So I'm still a piece up. Let's try this again. Let's make him think again. Pre-move the recapture even. Yeah, I've won a few unrated games today, then lost the rated ones. So I think the right thing to do for me right now is just say it's not a chess day, right? Go and do something else. 2 minutes 20 now. You can see when your opponent takes time over every move, then whatever you can do just to cause them a problem, if you're on a relatively quick time format like 10 minutes or shorter, can just be good tactic. So if my knight does recapture, I've then got from here, I've got this to there, looking at the bishop and there, but it's not a bad board for knights. It's not a great board for bishops with this gummed up centre. Okay, what does this mean? So what changed? What's stopped being defended? What's now being attacked? All that kind of good stuff. Okay, now if I take here, he can't take with a queen. I want to improve the knight. Knight's not moved. This bishop's now defending that, but my knight is actually the only defender of the bishop, so that won't work. Okay, I'm going to play this. Make him think about that now. Oh, yeah. That's a thought. Now, so he's finally captured on there. Now that I blocked my defence again. So just really loose and untidy play today. And that's okay. Bishop takes. Not even like... Well, I can take that now. I have two defenders of that, so if bishop takes and rook takes, fine by me. No worries. Now he's down to 1:15. How's he going to checkmate me in 1:15? He's short on space on the board. You can see I've got 1, 2, 3 pawns up to the halfway line and 2 pawns over it. His haven't got beyond the third rank. My pieces are looking into his territory a bit. This isn't. That bishop's rubbish. "45 seconds now. Attacking, defending, it's all good. Now 35 seconds is not enough time. So what he has done is he's taken off my dark squared bishop. But I think the clock is going to be the decisive factor here. To move or defend that bishop. Or I might just swing my rook up. Think about a triple attack down here. But with 12 seconds, it's not going to worry anyone. See, instant move. I knew it wasn't a mistake. Okay. And now this is just desperado time. Okay. And I don't have to rush because I've got 4 minutes. So let's goldfish our way around this. Knight's defending both rooks. Pawn's defending that. The knight is actually undefended, so let's go here. No, doesn't defend the knight. Let's go here. Defends the knight. Rook's defending both rooks. I could play that. And game over. Right, let's see if we want to do another one. Rematch? Let's see if he wants a rematch. It says very good game, thanks. Rematch requested. Let's do one as white. What are we going to do? Not going to play the Vienna. Might play the Danish Gambit. Okay, so he's going for King's Indian kind of setup. Okay, so I'm going to grab the centre because it's principled. Don't think that's the right. I think he should have played d6 there so that he can bring out his knight and avoid e5. Okay, let's just develop. That's defended twice, so you don't have to worry. I'm going to bring out my bishop to here. With this pawn structure like this. Okay, now his bishops come out, so 2 attackers on there, 2 defenders, it's not an issue. I don't know if I want to play c3 and remove that square from my knight. Could just castle now. Okay, so he's played this knight to here now because of that move. Alright. I'm playing my bishop to here, pinning the knight. Queen now can't move. Queen's got no squares, nor is this bishop. So this is, he's very much folded in on himself in the opening here. You can see the difference because of these opening choices. We've only played. I've played my 6th move. He's played 5. I've got a lot of control over the board, controlling lots of squares in his territory. Yeah. That's what space is in chess. Right, so now maybe I can play c3, bring this knight into the attack. Okay. I'm going to take out the knight. He's got this light squared pawn structure. It makes life hard for my light squared bishop, so this is fine. Okay, I'm going to play this now. Just shoring up my position. My king is already castled. I've got 2 pieces developed, so I'm ahead. He should probably castle now. I've got e5. Really cramps this guy. And stops this pawn from advancing, which really cramps this guy. I like that move. e5 is a good move. So get into the habit of saying to yourself, okay, that's a move. Why is it a move? Why is it a good move? What are the pros and cons? What are the merits or demerits of this particular move? Okay, that could be weakening. I'm just going to drop right back here. Ideas are maybe line up with my queen, and then if he castles, you see, got queen takes, pawn, bishop takes, pawn, bishop takes, queen takes, and I'm in his space with a spare knight to come in, maybe checkmate. So you can see though, so what I've just visualized is a very common kind of pattern. Put the queen on the same diagonal as the bishop. Okay, now this pawn has come forward, it's a target. Right? If the king castles, if Thrafgig castles now, kingside, right? That king protects these three squares, but it doesn't protect these squares, right? So now I'm going to put my queen here. Okay, notice the king is not defending the pawn anymore. If the pawn was here, it would be defended. Right, so now the threat is takes, bishop takes, queen takes, knight in here, and it's an unstoppable mate. Okay, let's try it. Oh, what did I do? Okay, didn't do anything, that's fine. Okay, I'm going to do this. See, the rook's here, king's got nowhere to go. Bishop really can't take now, because queen comes in. Then the king, well, he's got one square, I suppose. Huh. Okay, I'm going to take the bishop and threaten the rook. So he could capture my knight, but then he loses his rook for a bishop. Okay, now, good. So options. Knight here, but then my queen can't come in. Got knight here. That's a possibility. Or knight here. Actually, looking at the pawn. Then the queen can come in with a mating threat. If I go here and he moves his knight, like there, I mean, that's a lovely outpost for that. That's just a good move in principle, that move. It's an outpost because there's no pawn on that file or that file that can attack the knight. They're all gone. They're all dead, Dave. Everybody is dead. Everybody is dead, Dave. Now, I know only about 1% of the people watching this video will know where that reference comes from. Red Dwarf, Season 1, Episode 1. Okay, now, this is not a bad move. Right, I want this pawn, don't I? I don't know how he's going to protect it. He could move his knight back to here. I need to get my knight into the game, so I'm going to put my queen, I think, here. I think that looks reasonable. So I'm attacking the pawn. I'm also creating a space for my knight to come to. Maybe even there. But this is definitely a closer game than the previous one. Although, that's not... You know, the worrying thing for black is the lack of king protection. He's only got one pawn around him. This bishop's not in the game. This rook's not in the game. Queen's... Don't know if Queen's just moved, I think, for maybe the first time. So now... Okay, so the queen's defending the knight. That's why I played that move, right. Now, could I have g4? Kick the knight away. Then my queen's attacked by the rook. Nah, not really. Could I come here and threaten to capture the pawn? Looks okay. Looks okay to me. He can attack my queen there or there. That one doesn't work. His pawn takes. That one doesn't work because queen takes pawn. So nice having the knight in the centre. Really does make a difference. So it's playing well for somebody under 800. Good move. I have to get this knight out now. Where does it want to go? Does it want to come this way? Yeah, this way. Look at the pawn. If the pawn advances, I'm just going to take it. Ah, yeah, if I play this and he pushes, then what? Should I play f4? Defend my knight another time. If he takes, that's okay. Here, pushes, takes, knight takes with a fork on queen and rook, and we don't want that precious. But then I guess I can, no I can't. Huh. So we don't want this, we can't capture. So then I'll probably bring my knight here. Then if he takes, that's alright. If he pushes his pawn, I've got this as well, trade queens, but if he takes, I have to take that with G, that's no good. What to do? What to do with this knight, huh? Okay. Do I want to stick it there? Yeah. There, as they say. There. Okay, back to here. I'm a little bit down on time actually. I'm 520s on 540. But this is nice. It stops his pawn advancing, locks in his queen. And if he wants to capture with his knight, I recapture. Even if we trade rooks, it's all good for me because it's all opening up the activity around this side of the board. This is the action area of the board. Okay, he wants to take my pawn, does he? It's okay. 1, 2. I guess actually now he's undefended my knight. So I have to take. Do I have to take? He can't capture there, the pawn's actually pinned, right? My knight can't go there, it's not safe. Or there, it's not safe. There, pawn can take. I think I have to capture there. Then if knight takes, I'll have another think. Knight takes, I've got rook takes threatening the queen, but then queen takes that. He should just take the knight, because this guy's a sitting duck then. So he's playing well. We're both on 4 minutes 50 seconds. Game on. Takes with the knight, I've got knight e3 hitting the queen. Could be fun. The knight's also going to be pinned if it captures there. So, situation is, he's a pawn up. I can grab his knight, he can grab my knight. I grab his knight, he's pretty much forced to grab my knight. My knight still doesn't have anywhere safe to go, so I'm going to have to take his knight one way or another. And I think knight takes is probably the best idea. He takes with the queen. I can go here, attack the queen. Maybe here, attack the bishop. I like knights, me. Right, so, situation. Black's a pawn up, but his king is not great. I can capture that, but it's defended 3 times. I can play that, hitting the queen then captures this undefended pawn. Could bring my rook out. Looks good. Good enough, that'll do me. This bishop is rubbish. This rook still in the box. So currently he's playing with 2 pieces, whereas I'm playing with 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now the bishop wakes up. Okay, now I've got knight f3, you see, because this pawn's pinned by the rook. Can't take. Attack the queen, give him a problem, cause him a headache. That's what we're about. Headache's good. Queen can't go there. Or there. There's a lot of bad squares for the queen. Knight here, might have 2 attackers on there, that might be interesting. I'm pleased he's finally, well I'm not, for my sake I'm not pleased. For his sake I'm pleased that he's finally decided to play with some pieces. Okay, so like we predicted, the pawn falls. But this isn't too bad. I've got this. I quite like that. I've got 2 attackers on that pawn. So I can capture that with check. 2 pawns behind now though. So he's got this 2 pawn majority on the queen side. So what he should be doing is pressing forward with his pawns, with these guys. He can't sit back now and grind out a win. He's got 3 minutes 10 seconds on the clock, right? Okay, just playing a little bit more conservatively. I've got this. I think that's safe enough right now. So I'm hitting his queen, X-ray defending the pawn. Rook is protected by my queen. This pawn's attacked twice, but it's attacked by rook and queen, defended by bishop, so that don't work very well. Can't move this rook. Remember, this rook's the only defender of that. 2 minutes 45. We're going to use the clock as a weapon again in this game. H4, H5 might be an idea. Come after this pawn. Try and shred the king's only remaining defence. You've got to be aggressive now. Okay, that's not really attacking anything, is it? What was the point of that move? Hard to say, okay. Right, I think we're okay to play that. Not going to let you beat me, Thrafgig. See, H5 now. He can't push because queen takes check. And Blook can't rock. Blook can't rock. Rook can't block. Interesting. I'm just going to play that. Really squeeze the time now. So I'm going to use his time to prepare my moves. Okay, human shield time. That's what we do. Queen can't come in with mate because blah. Lots of protection, and I'm threatening some threats. Got 3 attackers on this pawn now. Yeah. So use his time to say, okay, if he does this, I'm going to do that. And I know it's not a mistake. That's good when the clock is on. But this is a sharp position, has to be said. I've got a pawn right in my face. I've got a queen lurking right there. What do I do? I want to get rid of this rook. Check doesn't work. I've got maybe. Do I take the pawn? If I take the pawn, rook's going to take. I've got queen here. That'll probably be okay. I've still got this. And maybe that. Okay, that's check with a fork on the rook. Okay. Am I safe? I can capture the rook. Okay, the only thing I'm worried about is bishop takes, king takes, queen. He sent me a question mark. That's the move. That's winning, I think. Bishop takes with check, you see. I have to capture. What was the question mark for? Did you miss it? But then queen, I have to, oof. No, mate, no. No. Right, got to use the clock now. Squeeze him. Just squeeze the life out of him. Because he just missed a win then. Check again. Oh! I could have taken his queen, now he's going to take mine. Oh my lord. What a doofus. Now he's got queen here, and that's your mate, isn't it? Okay, check. Should play this, I think. I've got this. Oh my lord, 25 seconds. Okay, that. Okay, I could block here, but then he can come round with a queen, can he? Then here, queens. Oof, dear oh dear. Right, let's try this. There. It's going to queen again. Ha! 20 seconds on the clock. Ah! Brilliant game, well done. Right. I think we should have a decider, don't you? Rematch, come on. He says, are you feeling okay? I'm playing crud. Right then. Should have just took his queen. Dude, dear oh dear oh dear oh dear. At least it's not a rated game. I missed mate in one. Probably. Okay, come on then. Let's start. I'm still putting my jaw back, he says. Okay, I'm going to play something normal. Bishop's opening. If he comes in here, I've got that. That's an anti-fried liver. I missed mate in one, huh? So I told you I was just playing crap today. That's what playing crap looks like. Alright. Could castle now, could develop. Let's develop. I missed mate in one. There, takes. Competing for the centre straight off. Should probably castle my king first. Probably a better idea. I missed mate in one. Okay, I'm gonna I'm going to grab the space. It makes it a more knighty game than a bishopy game. So if he's got sense, he might trade off his bishop now. His bishop's now stuck outside of his pawn chain, you see, behind enemy lines. Okay, so he's brought his knight out. I'm going to castle now. Now if he wants to... Ooh, that was played fast, wasn't it? So I think I'd like to save my knight. What's his idea? 2 attackers on that, yeah? Attack the bishop. If he takes, just take the bishop. Okay, that's unfortunate. That's a fork. Okay, drops a piece. Normal service is resumed. Hanging pawn? Don't mind if I do. Need to be Ming the Merciless in this. That is a no-brainer move. I mean, my queen's under attack. Counter-attack with tempo. Nothing wrong with this picture. Okay. Okay, this is nice that this bishop's now blocked in. Bishop's probably going to want to come back to there, cause my knight trouble. So let's put my knight here and have a look at that pawn. Could always bring this knight back and put 2 attackers on it. I'm up a minor piece already. I've got a spare knight, so any trades... Oops, no, I don't want to pre-move it. Any trades is good. G5 traps the bishop if I want to trade that off, but again it causes problems. So now this I think is actually quite good for me. Means I like the look at this. Yeah, well, that's fine. Got even knight here. Well, look, I can just keep trading till the cows come home, chap. So don't you worry. Bishop here means that opens up my rook to patrol the back rank. This guy's not good. This guy's got nowhere to go. Got literally one safe square. This guy could take off the board at any time, but why? Because he's rubbish. Although if he comes here, I win a pawn. You're eyeing up my pawn, are you? Eyeing up my pawn? You are having a laugh. Right. I think that's safe. Okay, we have an exchange of pawns. Can capture the knight. I can take out his bishop. I'm going to take out his bishop first and then grab the pawn, I think. My bishop's okay. Might come here at some point. Get a pawn behind it. Could take out this knight, double his pawns, then put my bishop here so it can't take it. Yeah. That's okay. Now my bishop's in a very solid place. This pawn is trapping this guy. This guy's got nothing. Can't go there. Alright, let's push this and then I'm going to push the A pawn up the board. I've got to watch out for back rank risks. I might just create myself an escape square for the king. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. You see, he's got nothing. You've got nothing, mate. In fact, if here, I've got this anyway, so I do have an escape square, so I can just push on with a pawn. Time is everything. Huh. He won some counterplay. So I take. I think I'm alright. Yeah. Casually I take this chess business now. If he pushes, I just push on, I'm happy. Yay. If he takes, I can recapture. But I don't think there's actually any way he can stop this pawn now. This bishop's entombed. This rook can't get to there. My bishop's covering, it's actually blocking the open file. So the rook can't now get back to here either. So what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do, huh? So how am I going to put a video out where I miss mate in one? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay, I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Thrafgig, thanks again, my friend. I'll make this the only video I put out today. It's not a chess day on this Sunday. Thank you for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. And please don't everyone put a comment in saying, you missed mate in one. Yeah, happens all the time. All the time. I blunder like it's going out of fashion. So don't you worry. Keep watching. Appreciate your support. See you soon.